Representative Dale Folwell and Representative Bill Owens. Thanks so much for stopping by to talk with us. We're here to talk about the overall session, how it's run, some of the procedures and some of the rules and how they have been implemented. It's Thursday evening, and as we speak, conferees are meeting their final meetings on the budget. These are meetings, Representative Owens, that have been going on for weeks now without Republicans.
Well, the meetings have only been going on for a couple of weeks, and this will be conference out probably as quick as any budget that I've been involved in, and I've been on a appropriation committee and on a conference committee all 13 years I've been here in session. So I think it's been done as quick as it's ever been done. And we had a little time to get it done, and appropriation chairs and finance chairs and speakers and the staff and all, and the Senate as well, have worked day and night to get this budget done in a timely manner.
But Representative Folwell, when it comes right down to it, there are two people that make the final decisions, Speaker Hackney and Senator Basnight.
That's correct.
And so no Republicans.
Well, there are a few Republicans that are conferees in the budget process, but basically most of the decisions regarding this $21 billion budget, and we're all supposed to be stewards of the $21 billion, both the Democrats and Republicans. Most of those, if not all of those decisions, are made by the majority party.
I talked to Senator Rand about this and talking about it like a chess game that has existed for a long time and will exist for years to come. Do you foresee this changing, this sort of back and forth between the House and Senate changing? Is this a good way of, is this good public policy?
Well, there's been changes that were made approximately 8 years ago that the House subcommittees and the Senate subcommittees do meet early on and decide all the issues they can together. And that has, I guess, consolidated the whole process and has made it better. I think we probably need to do even more of that in the future. What happens, the Senate develops a budget, the House develops a budget. We did it first this time, and we have differences. Well, both budgets spend all the money. So then you have to decide who gets their way, and it's a give and take proposition, and you had to go back and forth, and we've done it in a couple of weeks, which is very timely.
The door to room 612, which is where some of the conferees meet, has been open several times.
Right.
And we've been in there with our cameras. I haven't seen any Republicans or anyone angry about these closed door, so-called closed door meetings.
Well, most of our anger is as Joint Caucus Leader, I deal with the House and the Senate on the Republican side, is the shutting out and shutting off of debate. We feel like that, especially in this changing environment that we have in the economy, your viewers aren't interested in room 612 and could probably care less about where room 612 is. What they care about is what we're doing as stewards of their money and how we're prioritizing things to give them better roads, better schools, and safer streets. But I think that as the economy continues to change, as it has dramatically over the last 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, that there needs to be a renewed partnership of working not only with the executive branch but also the House and the Senate to do this in a better way and a more transparent way.
And as far as open debate, I would say since Speaker Hackney has been Speaker and he appointed me as Rules Chair, we've called the question less than has ever been called. And every time we do call the question, I go over and talk to the minority leader and the majority leader and be sure that they're all right with it before we do it. So that's never been done in the past, that we try to consult with them, tell them what's going on, and just not limit debate. A few times it's been done. We've had one or two members call the question on their own bill, but you can't stop that. But as far as the leadership is concerned, we have not tried to limit debate at all, and we've certainly tried to treat everybody fairly, and I think we've done that.
The two things that Republicans have typically used for voting against budgets, which are TABOR, which is the Taxpayer Protection Act, which means or says to your viewers that your government will not grow at a faster rate than the inflation or the population growth of North Carolina, and the issue of new taxes. The reason why in the House you had more people voting for the budget this year is that there weren't any new taxes in it, and it did hold the line as far as spending. Now, we have great differences of opinion about the prioritization of that spending and how it should be spent. But on the Senate side, there were almost all the Republicans voted against the budget on the Senate side. And once again, this goes back to there are philosophical differences between the Republicans and the Democrats. But we do work together on some things. We do agree on things. Representative Owens and I agreed before we came on the show that we both have radio faces. So I'm not sure why we're even on the show, but we try to work together on some things.
In all